Hi guys. So today I'm going to discuss a little bit about what's going on, what's been going on in my world, and just kind of put it out there so that people can take the information and do what they will with it. So I wanted to start kind of with a timeline, a very general timeline, but as of two summers ago, right before summer, Robert Wallace Gray, sent me a message on POF, and he was living in Lebanon, Tennessee at the time, and I was in Birmingham, I was in Leeds, and he approached me, and we talked for a little while, and we met up. And when I met him, he, told me he was a musician and kind of gave me some information. We hung out that whole weekend, and it started from there. The whirlwind romance, right? This guy portrayed himself to be, a knight in shining armor. We sold a house that he inherited from his father, I guess at the end of that summer, and moved to Birmingham. We looked for a place and found a place in Forestdale. I guess probably about 2 or 3 months into it, the guy got a little bit kind of turned on me. He started acting really strange. One weekend, we got into a little tiff, because things had started looking like they were crumbling. And he had put me kind of in a situation where, we had planned on spending our lives together, and I thought this was the man of my dreams. He left, and one weekend we got into an argument. I said, you're going to have to leave. He kind of got handsy and started tearing up stuff in the house, which had been kind of what he had been doing previous weeks prior to that. And I said, you have to leave. I had my daughter with me. I said, you got to get out of here. You can't stay here. I'm going to call the police. He left. But before he left, he said he was going to put me all over the internet, which I thought was I thought that was a real weird thing to say, After he left, he started cutting bills off, electricity, like immediately. My phone started acting weird, and I found in my inbox that weekend, I'd found in my Facebook inbox, my archived messages, 3 gentlemen that I had never spoken with, that one of them wanted their $300 back for services not rendered, and I found that very weird. I started looking into it, and in my emails, which Bobby had helped me set up at the time, I had been signed up to websites that I had not signed up for. And when I started reaching out to these websites, I wasn't getting very far. My emails started, just being full of shit that I was being signed up for with my previous emails that were connected to my tarot channels. Those I started at that point started locking me out of my own emails. It started from there. So I started reporting. My phone at one point, he had sent at me and my daughter as he was out of town doing God knows what. He had sent us some Mac computers that we didn't even fucking want, by the way. Sent them, and then my iPhone started going on. He had set us up, from a different area on that. He'd taken the Mac that weekend, and he had set up, gotten into my email, and put us on this share program. He started setting up weird shit. Then one weekend he was fucked up, and he proceeded to show me my own pictures. He was on Tinder with my pictures, pretending to be me. And some of those pictures I didn't even know were taken of me. At that point, I realized I was kind of dealing with a scam artist, He was using my cat and fiddle tarot and doing God knows what with it. He locked me out of all my information, so I couldn't get back into it. Then I would find myself on Facebook, and it wasn't me, He had put, as far as the tech goes, he was trying to rape me of my identity online. And he was bragging about this when he would come home and stuff. He would get fucked up and say what he was doing, and laugh. Oh, nobody's going to believe you. He had set me up to be another victim. Now, I know that there's other victims out there that he's been doing this to. Then he fucked my cards. There would be cards. All my cards would be, when I would stick them in the ATM, you know, when he would get mad, you know, and leave or get frustrated because I wasn't doing what he wanted me to do. My cards, which he had no attachment to, would, when I would put them in the ATM, would show up with stars on them with no, like, it wouldn't be a balance. There would be no balance. Then my Cash App was being used in fraudulent ways. I would try to go through Cash App. That's a whole nother deal. Don't deal with Cash App, don't deal with Facebook, and don't deal with POF. It started from there. Then one weekend he got pissed, blacked both my eyes. At that point I left. You know, I freaked out. I reported all of this stuff every time he would do any of this shit. At one point in Forestdale, I had an officer that would drive around the house, you know, just to keep an eye on me, you know, because I had alerted the Forestdale police officer so many times that one of them kind of started getting worried for me, you know. We moved at that point. You know, he said, I'm going to stop. I'm going to rehab, you know, whatever. You know, in being in that toxic relationship, I should have left then, but I didn't kind of know what to do at that point. You know, I was struggling, trying to figure out what is going on. You know, you don't think the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with is going to be a scam artist, a fraud, and take your own identity, you know. And not only that, but then physically abuse you, you know. So we moved, then it progressively just got really bad. I found the guy at one point with a bag of my daughter's hair that she had cut, and he was naked in the bed with a bag full of my daughter's hair. We were getting sick. Me and my daughter were in and out of the hospital. He was saying weird things like he was poisoning us, you know, and then we'd have all this blood in our urine, go in and out of the hospital trying to find out what was going on, couldn't find out. This guy would get fucked up and tell me that there were, you know, there were bets that he was poisoning me, you know, the men betting on, and again, whether or not that was happening, he was saying these things, you know. I kept saying, you need to go to therapy. He said he would go, you know, he kept saying he would go. He never would. I guess he did some online therapy thing. I don't know for a fact that he did that. That's what he said. And he said he told the woman he was hearing voices, you know, and he would talk about very strange things. So I began to make decisions to get out of there and flee. I set everything up to move. I moved here to Warrior, Alabama, and then he followed me. He followed me, broke into my home. He would not accept no as an answer. My internet, he went and got into my internet company and changed usernames, set up usernames, changed, you know, stuff, put blockers on our stuff. You know, I've been through 7 different phone companies and having the same problems. He was hacking into all of my shit and somehow getting finances, you know, getting money off my name and getting money off images or something of that nature. So the last straw was, you know, I mean, he put his hands on me, put his hands around my neck. You know, the neighbors heard me screaming because, again, I should have stopped all of this, but he kept coming back and saying, oh, baby, I'm going to get help. Never was, you know. And finally, I just had to realize he was not going to help himself. I quit all contact with the guy. He threatened us. He tried to pay my daughter off. There are emails that I have receipts for everything that I'm saying. I also have documentation for everything that I'm saying. So there is a lot of information, and it can be a lot, but we can start breaking it down. I'd like to do that just so that I can, you know, get all the facts right, you know. And so, so he broke into my home, then he choked me out, took off. You know, I didn't know at the time that he was spreading stuff all over the internet and to his friends, just talking. He was downing me. I was his enemy and had no idea I was even his enemy because I didn't want him. You know, I had said no, enough is enough, and that for a narcissist and a sociopath was a good enough reason for him to try to make my life a living hell. He also wanted to be me. Let's just face it. The guy was trying, he was he would say things. I would tell him about wanting to do humanitarian work, what my spiritual beliefs were. This guy was a fraud. He would say things, he would take my words and spit them back out to me verbatim and pretend that it was his. He didn't want to see me succeed in my music career. He didn't want to see me do tarot, even though he was using my name and getting funds for my tarot channel and businesses that I was locked out of. And God knows what he was doing with it, which is the scarier part. Then he hopped in my car one weekend after I told him no, we weren't speaking. I'd go out of the house, and this motherfucker corners me in the parking lot, jumps in my car, 250-pound dude, 6'2", jumps in my car and starts freaking out like a little baby, begging me back, please, mama, come back. For clearly mama issues, right? Calling me mama, please, mama, take me. I said, you need to get the fuck away from me and my daughter. You're a fucking psychopath. Get out of my car. He would not. He started flailing, hit me in the process, and I drove him to the police station. He has been relentless. Since then, at one point he was putting me on Craigslist. There's a picture on his channel with me in front of a red car. Well, he posted that online and sent people, giving my address away. He put me on Reddit sites. And now he's stooped to a different level because he knows I'm taking a legal action, and I've been documenting everything for the past year, and things are crumbling down on him at this point. So what he's doing now is anytime I go on live on POF, which now I'm starting to see that POF and Facebook are connected as well. And let me explain something to you. With Facebook, when I would try to reach out, these emails, when I try to reach out, it looks like it's spam. I can't reach anybody on these websites, right? So now I'm going to start calling and just go ahead and call everyone. I called the IRS today to report fraud. I've done USPS for him taking mail, and so the guy's moving money. He was moving money around, big, massive amounts of money. He had different cards. He's embezzling. He's fraudulent, and he's a scam artist. And not only that, but he wants to be me, which is kind of the kind of guy that needs to be put away, right? So he's been using intimidation tactics to where I won't be seen, and I'm assuming he doesn't want me to be seen because he's been giving out my information and my image. So I'm probably all out there, but it's not me. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't even get to any of my accounts, and there's multiple ones. Then he makes more accounts with pictures. He's just put me all over everything. So I am angry, but not to the point of where I want to take any kind of physical action. I just want to alert other people on what's going on. Now with the POF, every time I go live, what he's done is he's still stalking me. So I have a restraining order. We have court said he had a bond revocation that he took his money or probably his mom's or someone, and he delayed that process. So it's 2 months out. I've got a restraining order. I'm fixing to elevate the charges of the stalking charges because he's still stalking me online. So when I go live, now I'm being pushed through an outlet, right? That is other like-minded people like himself. I've looked up gang stalking. I've looked up how that works. A lot of people don't think it's real. I don't really know quite the definition, but I've got enough information to know that these people that are being filtered through, it's a group system. So there's really not a whole lot of ways of tracking it because it's never the same person in that group, but it's just constant hate. And then he's on there under different names, threatening, doing dark arts, you know what I'm saying, and trying to fuck with my energy. All because he's jealous and he doesn't want to get caught. Now, he's projecting everything he's saying that I'm doing. He's projecting. He himself is doing it. So it's a really weird tactic, right? So I'm trying to get this out there as well as get my name back because it's extremely frustrating when I don't know what he's doing with it. And he's filtering me through. He's putting me on these sites. He's got me on Reddit, and then he's doing these bots, and then he's got and POF needs to be held accountable for that as well. These people are coming from all different walks of life and different countries, which to me seems like the FBI definitely needs to get involved in that because he's filtrating me. These people are what would you call it? Extremists. in different countries and in here. And he's on, I'm screenshotting, he's on there as well, just attacking. And so this isn't new behavior for him, but it's going to stop. You know what I'm saying? This is going to stop because I'm not going to allow him to continue to keep doing this. And now he's got some hoe that's extremely jealous of me and wants to be me, watching all my moves and taking my, taking anything that I'm doing. And it's just embarrassing. It's like these guys don't know how to be themselves. They're not happy within themselves. And so they attack. And it's gotten pretty sophisticated, when they're in my emails and in my phone and spamming me and putting me on, putting blockers where I can't get onto certain stuff and I'm not seeing stuff in my emails. It's just a mess. And so what I want to do is start holding people accountable like this. These are low vibrational humans that have sold their soul, okay? So this is a real thing. These guys are extremely real. They're practicing the dark arts. These the way they filtered it, these guys are extremists, and they don't believe in God. They don't believe that they're going to have any repercussions for what they're doing. Some of these people are prominent people with a name or an image or some kind of pull. These are people of all different walks of life, but they're being grouped up together and they're antagonizing certain individuals, and they're trying to stalk and threaten and also attempt to make them not speak out. So that's just not going to work with me. You know what I'm saying? So let this be a newsflash to you guys that it's just not going to happen. So I want to start going over documentation. So I'm going to start pulling out what I have right now, as of right now. And also the person, the hoe bag that's affiliated with Bobby, I've got your number. I got your number, baby. And don't think, again, I think you guys just think that because I'm cute, I'm not that smart, but you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. And everything that you've thrown out of me is coming right back at you, 20-fold. So I'm sure you guys are sick. I'm sure you guys are sick, lethargic, and drained because you can't feed on my energy anymore. I'm just not allowing it. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting what I have. It's not destined for you to get what I have, right? A person like me is just with integrity. I don't fuck around with shit that you guys fuck around with. And you're not going to intimidate me. None of you guys are going to intimidate me. It's just not going to work. I may get quiet for a little while, but I pull my shit together while I'm getting quiet. So thank you guys. In a way, you've kind of put me in a position where now I'm going to start making moves. I've been making moves, but I'm going to start making big boy moves. So just so you guys know, that's what's going on, okay? This guy is stalking me online still, and his hoe bag girlfriend. He also had, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there, this guy had gay porn on his computer when we were engaged, and said that every guy had gay porn on his computer. This guy's, I'm totally for, all different kinds of sexualities and all that, but this guy was my enemy, you know what I'm saying? And so he was jealous of who I am at my core. He was jealous that I have a heart that wants to help other people. Because he doesn't, because he sold his soul. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy thinks there's not going to be any repercussions, and newsflash, bitch, there are. Okay, there are. He also made false reports of me of child endangerment. He called, I did owe money on my vehicle. I owed like a $200. I'd taken out a title loan, but he called, gave him my address. He's made false allegations to many different places, and made false allegations because he's guilty of exactly what he's saying. So everything again that he says, he's actually projecting, which is a really weird dynamic, wouldn't you think? So, anyways, I'm not going to go over all these reports. But we're just going to look at the quantity and the amount, and just so that y'all can see the name that's going on here, we can vaguely go over it. He also, when he tried to break in my home one day, he had taken my keys. Again, a tactic. He bombarded through the back sliding glass door. My neighbors heard me, took my keys. He ended up throwing them over my porch, about the next day after I had to sleep on my porch, the first week I moved into my apartment. And he made copies of those keys. Little did I know that until I started noticing when I would leave, one night we'd come home and he had been in my home, he had left a bag. He likes me to know what he's doing, he had left a bag of fucking food from the gas station on my floor. I said, what is this doing? I just cleaned my house prior to leaving to go to to run an errand at the Dollar General. We were gone 15 minutes. We had left here at 9:45, about 9:45, 9:50 that night, and gone to Dollar General to get a snack. And when we came back, because Dollar General closed at 10, there was a black bag on my floor. So not only had he been in my home, he had been watching to see when I was going to leave, because it was about a 10-minute time frame. So, he's just continued and continued. He's tried to pay my daughter off so he won't go to prison. I have emails of that. I have all the emails where he said what he was doing, that he had hacked into my Facebook, which whatever. But not only, it's not the hacking, he's using my name. And he is trying to blacklist me online so I can't be seen and can't be heard. And bitch, I'm going to be fucking heard. Yeah, I'm going to be heard. So, anyways, here's a lot of the different reports. We'll go ahead and, let me just see so y'all can see the names. This is assault, domestic harassment, family. This is with Warrior Police. Okay, so this is one of them that was done. Okay, with him. Public peace, harassing communications. There's another one. Okay. And if anybody's interested in the documentation, the numbers, the police reports or anything, just let me know and I'll go ahead and post all of that. Okay. And again, I want you to see where the name is on here. Okay. Robert Wallace Gray. And apparently he was stalking other women. Those women are coming forward as well, saying this guy's crazy. So it's not just me that's coming after him. This is not his first rodeo. And this one is, let's see what this is. Oh, well, this is when I actually drove him into the Warrior Police Station. So that's when he busted my lip in my own car, when he cornered me in the parking lot and jumped in my car. This is assault, domestic, assault, family. Now, these are all separate, okay? Assault, domestic, harassment, family. Assault, domestic, harassment, family. Burglary on the second. Burglary is the second. In DV, stalking, repeated following of another. Wow. Okay. Domestic, family. Okay. Now we're just getting started. This is our pre-trial. These are all some of the incident reports. I'm still going to follow up with these and get all these reports as well. Okay. And these are in 3 different counties. Okay. Now, this guy likes to say, oh, she's mentally deranged. If I'm mentally deranged, why the fuck won't you leave me alone? So that's, it seems like you're the deranged dude, right? You're deranged. So again, this guy is a scammer. His name's Robert Wallace Gray. If you see him in town, the girl with him is also, whoever this girl is also a piece of trash, okay? She's got another thing coming too. I've got her number. So I'm not going to let all you guys know exactly what my plans are because, That's what they want. They want to know what's going on, but that's just the basics. These are things that they should already know that are being done. That's, this is public information that he already knows, because I've told, I haven't even spoke with him in 6 months. This bitch continues to fuck with me and my daughter, and it's going to be a hard time for you, buddy. And I'm not stopping. So fraud, harassment, stalking, online stalking, right? And scamming. He's a scam artist. This guy is a professional scammer, and he's moving money around internationally. And so this is a problem, and it needs to be looked at. So come fuck with me. Come fuck with me. I got your number, and I'm not going to shut up. Not going to shut up. So anyways, I'm about to upload this, and then I'm going to do some tarot. And feel free to fucking comment. You can do whatever you want, but everything that's been sent is being returned to sender. So, you guys, and also I hear they have STDs, so this guy's just running around, stalking women, victimizing women with a hot dick, a hot itchy dick, So be careful, guys. This guy's a sick guy. The people that he's associating with are also sick, and they're going to get sicker. Do you know what I'm saying? They're getting sicker.